Liberal idiot goes to help poor refugee children smacked with brutal truth. A brainwashed liberal who bought the leftist open borders propaganda volunteered to help the poor children at a refugee camp. However, after she got out of her car, she was instantly hit with a brutal dose of her own ignorance. A liberal woman's shock is written all over her face after finding out that open borders utopia is pure propaganda. Smug leftists are constantly condemning any opposition to their plans to flood every democracy with culturally incompatible migrants who are religiously compelled to establish Sharia law. They denounce any question of their dangerous objective as, quote, racist and intolerant, quote, all the while turning a blind eye to the racism and intolerance perpetuated by their political pets. Unfortunately, this always concludes with the horrifying realization that their one-way tolerance isn't returned by their new guests. Of course, little is more fitting than seeing a delusional leftist smacked with reality, except maybe exposing their hypocrisy in the process. Recent video footage taken in Athens shows a Greek woman surrounded by the refugee children she hoped to help in a local camp. Instead of arriving to find the unaccompanied minors she'd been shown in leftist propaganda, she immediately recognized what we've warned all along. Let's see.
42 years after the Greek leftist baby boomer revolution, known as Polytechnia, a woman loses her most precious possession of all, her iPhone 6. How will she share her Facebook photos with little Abdullah? How will she sleep at night knowing that she cannot show her humanitarianism to the world? These are questions we may never have the answer to.
Oh well, go and help. A sensitive anti-racist who was baited by the channel's regime propaganda went to Kinkan to offer aid to the persecuted refugee children, according to Golden Dawn's commentary. However, instead of starving children, she met a gang of thieves who in no time swiped whatever was in her car, her purse, her cell phone, and all her belongings. The same and worse happened to her sensitive and humanitarian friend who accompanied her. Without comment, we present the relevant training video. You won't see this on any of the entangled porn channels which feed us bullcrap and vile anti-racist propaganda every night, despite the fact that cameras were recording these wretched acts. The woman is seen frantically searching for her belongings, questioning the very children she hoped to help. Instead of receiving the gratitude she expected, she herself, her self-righteous good deed was met with disrespect and lawlessness. The same reaction migrants across the West have repaid to their gracious hosts. Perhaps the most ironic facet of this woman's self-deception is her willingness to abandon the common progressive principle of socialism. It's certainly easy to preach giving to those who have not, but when it's time to collect, socialists are the first to whine about the inequality of their own policy. It doesn't take more than the loss of her iPhone to betray her own belief, shedding light on its failure. Perhaps if more open borders supporters would put their money where their mouth is, they'd realize just how dysfunctional their agenda really is. Of course, there will always be those devout few who refuse to abandon their sinking ship. However, they will someday be forced by the very culture they've claimed deserve tolerance to disavow their liberalism for a tyranny they never knew they were helping establish. People like that who are capable of believing this multicultural propaganda need to be confronted with the actual reality of this world. Absolutely. It's not going to work, and this multiculturalism, they're not going to fall into the Western world ideology. They only believe in Sharia law. That's it. They cannot combine with people of Western civilization. That's the bottom line. It'll never happen. And she got a rude awakening. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.